He failed in business. He lost election after election. He faced heartbreak, depression, and poverty. And yet, he became one of the greatest leaders in history. This is the story of Abraham Lincoln, a story that proves failure is not the end, but the beginning. Abraham Lincoln was born in 1809, in a one-room log cabin in Kentucky. His family was poor, so poor that young Abraham often had to work on farms instead of going to school. But he had something rare, a burning desire to learn. He read books by the light of a fireplace, borrowing whatever he could from neighbors. There was no internet, no electricity, just determination. At the age of 22, Lincoln decided to start a small business. He dreamed of building a better life. But he didn't have much money, so he borrowed. The business failed. And now, he was in debt. A debt so large, it took him years to repay. The very next year, in 1832, he ran for the Illinois state legislature. He campaigned hard, walking miles to meet voters. But when the results came in, Lincoln lost. It was his first political defeat, and it hurt. In 1833, he tried business again, this time, a general store with a friend. It failed too. In 1835, the love of his life, Anne Rutledge, died of illness. Lincoln was devastated. He fell into deep depression, so deep that friends feared for his safety. Still, in 1836, he found the strength to run for office again, and this time, he won. It was a small victory, but it lit a spark. Over the next 2 decades, Lincoln's life was a mix of small wins and crushing losses. He lost the nomination for Congress. He applied to become land officer, rejected. In 1854, he ran for the U.S. Senate, lost. In 1856, he tried for vice president, got less than 100 votes. In 1858, he ran for Senate again and lost again. Most people would have quit. But Lincoln didn't. Every failure became fuel. By 1860, America was in crisis. The country was deeply divided over slavery. Lincoln, a man from humble beginnings, stood for unity, freedom, and equality. His speeches, his integrity, his ability to connect with ordinary people set him apart. And in November 1860, Abraham Lincoln was elected the 16th President of the United States. But his story didn't end there. Just weeks after his election, the Civil War broke out. Lincoln was leading a nation at war with itself. He faced criticism, political enemies, and enormous pressure. Yet he never wavered. He issued the Emancipation Proclamation, changing the course of history, and ending slavery in America. On April 14, 1865, just days after the war ended, Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. But his legacy lives on. He is remembered not for how many times he won, but for how many times he stood back up after losing. Lincoln's life is proof that failure does not mean you're not capable. Failure is just training, preparing you for your moment. You don't fail when you lose. You fail when you stop trying. So the next time life knocks you down, remember Abraham Lincoln. Remember the man who failed over and still changed the world. If you believe in never giving up, type in the comments, I will keep going. And share this story with someone who needs hope today.